Hello guys, welcome all of you back with our database management system question discussion. Today we are going to discuss our question set number 7. So let's get started. Here we have our question number 7. It says, there is a computer company called Next Computer. All marketing in the company is done using computer software. The software is used with the database to store data. The product table of the database is given below, and then they have given us the product table, and it has columns as ID, brand, model, quantity and price. This QTY has been used for short term of quantity. After that, they have inserted data in here. In the first question, it says, create a database name Next Computer to save the data in the product table. The second question says, create a table name product in your database. Follow the instruction below to create it. And they have provided us necessary instructions. The table name is product. Here we have our columns. And the ID column should be primary key and auto increment, and the data types and the length. Here we have our third question. It says, insert the data into the product table you created. Use the data in the product table above. So the previous table data should be inserted into product table which we create. In the fourth question, it says, owner of this store has identified the Lenovo brand as the least sold computer brand in this company. He has decided to remove the Lenovo brand from his store. Write a relevant query statement to remove the Lenovo brand. In the fifth question, it says, the Asus brand ROG Zephyrus M50 laptop is no longer manufactured. So it has been decided to remove this laptop from the database. Write the required delete query statement. So let's discuss our first question. It says, create a database name Next Computer to save the data in the product table. We can create this using two methods. First one is using a query and the second one is using a manual method. So when we use a query, we need to say create database if not exist, because we need to check whether this database already exists within our database management system or not. Then we have to give the relevant database name. In this case, it's Next Computer. So let's go and see how we can create this database Next Computer. After entering our query, we can click on this run button. So it's going to execute our query. So then we can refresh our connection, and in here you can see we have our new database as Next Computer. So let's go back. In the second question, it says, create a table name product in your database. Follow the instruction below to create a table, and they have provided us with necessary instructions. So when we create a table, we need to define what database we are using first, and then we can run a create statement. In here we have said we are using Next Computer database for creating this table, and then we have run our create a statement in here, and we have given our table name as product, and then here we have our column names and data types and data lengths. In the first column, we have given its name as ID and data type is integer. So then after that we have given auto increment. After that we have defined this ID column is as the primary key of our table. So we can use this ID column values to identify products uniquely. So let's go and see how we can execute this. After entering the query, we can click on this run button. After successfully running this query, we can refresh our connection or our database, and let's open our database. Here you can see we have our newly created table as product. So when we double click on this product table, we can see we have our columns, data types and lengths. So let's go back. In our third question, it says, insert the data into the product table you created. Use the data in the product table below, and they have given us the data. Let's do this using manual method. We can click on this data. After that, we can click on this plus button, and then we can add the records. Since we use auto increment, we don't need to insert the entire data for ID column. It's going to automatically add that by itself. So now we have successfully entered this data. So let's go back. In our fourth question, it says, the owner of this software has identified Lenovo brand as the least sold computer brand in this company. He has decided to remove the Lenovo brand from his store. Write the relevant query statement to remove the Lenovo brand. First, we need to define what database we are using. We can do that using use next computer command. After that, we can create our delete query. First, we need to use delete keyword, and then we need to say from which table we can do that using from, and then we can insert our table name. After that, in here we have given a condition to uniquely identify the row that we need to delete, and we have said brand column value is equal to Lenovo. So this, after executing this query, it's going to delete the row which brand is equal to Lenovo. So let's go and see how we can do this. After entering our query, we can click on this run button. After that, we can refresh our database, and when we open our product data, you can see Lenovo brand has been successfully removed from our database. So let's go back. In the fifth question, it says the Asus brand ROG Zephyrus M50 laptop is no longer manufactured. So it has been decided to remove from this laptop from the database. Write the required delete query statement. First, we need to define what database we are using. Then we can run our delete query. When we create the delete query, first we need to use delete keyword, and then using from we can define which table, and in this case it is product table, and then we can use a condition in order to uniquely identify the row that we need to delete. And we have said brand value should be equal to Asus, and model column value should be equal to ROG Zephyrus M50. If the both this condition and this condition is true, then this delete query code will be executed. So let's go and see how we can do this. After entering the query, we can click on this run button. After that, we can refresh our database, and we can see the data. As you can see, the relevant value has been changed. So that's all for question set 7. In the next video, let's discuss question set number 8. Until then, have a nice day.